What is up, sports fans? We are back for another episode of The Fan in the End. I'm your host, as always, Stephen Rychel, being joined this morning, this afternoon, this evening, wherever you're catching us, whenever you're catching us. To the right, Mr. Ben Troupe, and below me, the one and only, the man on the mic, Mr. Marvin Powell. Marvin, how are we feeling today, my friend?
Man, it's all good. Blessed to be here. Excited to talk about some sports.
Always. What about you, Ben? How's your Wednesday morning going, brother?
It's going better now. This time last week, I mean, my tie was good, and we get close to the show last week. It was so funny, man. Driving, and the guy next to me, he's trying to get my attention. And I'm, you talk about like, Atlanta traffic or Georgia traffic in general. I'm thinking, yeah, what's up? I'm like, and he's trying, and then I drove off, and he kind of caught me again. He was like, roll your window down. I'm like, wait, like, man, yo, you got a flat tire. And I'm like, what? And I go look, and I'm like, man, come on, bro. Roadside assistance, man. We got to do better, man. I respect the fact that the time's going to be what it is, but the lady on the phone and the guy that came, they do not know each other because they did not get there. Anyway, did get the tire fixed, man, but it is always good to be back on with your fine gentlemen.
Gotta love adulting parts of life. It's just it'll either beat you down or it'll make you feel great. But last Wednesday it was beating you down, and today's one of the days you just feel great. But in the spirit of life beating you down, y'all been having it rough down there in the Georgia Atlanta area the past week or so, because you lose Ted Turner last week, right? Me and Marvin talked about it. Then, you lose, arguably the greatest manager in Braves history, in Bobby Cox. So I know you're more the Braves fan here, Mr. Troupe. What kind of 2 weeks have you been going through with your Atlanta? Obviously, if you're going down, than Bobby Cox. So.
I mean, to add, you talk about Ted Turner, you talk about the 50-point blowout by my Hawks, just ridiculous. Bobby Cox is different because, once again, my grandfather introduced me to Braves baseball when I was a youngin'. And so Bobby Cox is how I thought all managers were. Like, Bobby Cox really, really believed in, I don't like umps. I don't like them one bit. And you talking about that pitching staff that he had with Glavine and Smokes and those guys. Bobby Cox was a nut, man, and I loved it. I mean, I don't know how many games he got thrown out, but he got to be up there, number 2, number 3. Bobby Cox, to me, was a guy that really, really cared about this Braves organization, really, really cared about his players, didn't take nothing, man. Did not have the World Series, got the one World Series, did not have, but as far as success and consistency, nobody's better. When you talking about how consistent he was, but what you love the most about Bobby Cox was, man, look, man, what F around and found out, it began with Bobby Cox. F with me if you want to, and watch what I do. And so he will be missed, man. Bobby Cox is a guy that embodied like, Major League Baseball, loved being the Braves, man. He put so much pressure on any manager that came behind him because of how great he was. But yeah, when I saw the news, man, I'm like, dang, man, because obviously you hope, our condolences to his family, but Bobby Cox was him, man. I mean, I put him up there with some of the best managers ever. Don't have, what like Yankees managers will have or Dodgers managers will have as far as like World Series. I get it. But as far as impact, influence, I don't think it gets better than him. I mean, we were talking about your Fields before we came on. Steven, you still trying to find them guys that did it for a long time, right? I'm pretty sure Bobby Cox got asked, hey, man, you got a season left in you? He was like, no, I ain't got nothing left in me. But he will be missed, man. Bobby Cox was people used to go to the game to see what inning was it going to be he gets thrown out, because he's going to get thrown out. Like, it is bound to happen. And nowadays, I mean, what's the guy's name, Steven? Angel? What's the one name?
Angel Martinez.
Could you imagine him and Bobby Cox right now? He like, Angel, bruh, are you serious? Yeah, man, get out of here. All right, go to the showers. But yeah, he will be missed. Bobby Cox made baseball fun. And it's hard for non-players to make the game fun. If you ain't a pitcher, you ain't a shortstop, you ain't a big time hitter. Bobby Cox made the game fun because whatever inning, it's the top of the first. It's the bottom of the sixth. That strike zone didn't move. What you mean that ain't a strike? All right, he finna head up there, finna get ugly, and he's out of there. So yeah, I'm gonna miss him, man. Once again, may my grandfather rest in peace as well. Like, he the one that taught me about the Braves. He told me Bobby Cox first, the Braves second. That's what all the great players, Andrew Jones, Otis Nixon, Terry Pendleton, Chipper Jones, all of them, Bobby Cox was the face. As great as those players were, he was the one. He was the Wizard of Oz, man. He was the one that he was the man behind the curtain. He will be missed, but if I went to the school, I wouldn't want to be a manager if I couldn't be one like Bobby Cox. These guys now, they so sweet. They so respectful. They don't want to. Bobby Cox like, F that. You blow a call, I'm leaving that dugout. Period. I'm not waiting. And I'm gonna check and see how many times he got thrown out. Bobby Cox is the Rasheed Wallace of managers. He was pissed. He was. That's about the best way to describe it if you've never seen him. And yeah, man. Like I said, the Braves are the only reason why I get to talk trash about any professional sport in Georgia. They ain't do it with the Hawks. They do it with the Falcons. I've never been to an Atlanta United game. I know they've won one. That's soccer. Sorry, soccer people. Love y'all, but I got to get into it, boy. The Braves are the only reason why I can talk trash. And Bobby Cox is a big reason why. Because when you talk about umps, he's up there. It's as far as the best. And he's respected by everybody in baseball. So, like I said, may he rest in paradise. I'm going to miss him because Bobby Cox was that old grandpa that you couldn't take nowhere with you. You know how you got a grandfather? Hey, man, you want to take him to the stove?
I
hey,
mean,
man,
you can add what? You can add Tommy Lasorda, Lou
up.
Piniella, all them type of guys. Because
yeah.
He's talking about like Billy Martin, Ed Weavers. You got a lot of memorable managers who wanted their opinions to be known by the umpires. But like I said, what we talked about in past weeks, the ABS system being able to challenge the calls, I think is kind of eliminating some of that potential, having your manager tossed out. So, but before I forget, because jumping around things, ADHD and everything, each and every one of these episodes here on the South Florida Tribune is brought to you by my good friends over at Fight Wax. Fight Wax is the ultimate athlete skincare. Helps treats cuts, swelling, scrapes, and abrasions, rejuvenates, and restores stress skin. Customers have used for soreness, stiffness, and recovery, designed for athletes of all active lifestyles. Provides an ultra silky, non-greasy feel, deep hydration for everyday skincare. Helps fight dry skin. Customers have used for psoriasis, eczema, and other skin disorders. And if you head over to the website, make sure you use that code SFT15FW. Save some money on your order. And, of course, Eddie had to get in there to screw Lasorda and bleep the Dodgers. So
I think, Steve, I think with, Ben being a Georgia native and he's a fan of all things Atlanta sports, I think he hit it on the head. But I think for any sports fans, the number one thing that I walk away with Bobby Cox, 25 years at the same job. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't see that. You don't see that in sports. You know what I mean? I don't know if you're ever going to see that again. 25. This dude for a quarter of a century was the manager for one team straight through. You know what I mean? That's just remarkable. And sports is a what have you done for me lately type of industry. It really has always been. And nowadays it's turned even into more of that microwave type of deal. But to see a dude somewhere for 25 years, I think says it all. If you don't have to understand how good he probably was. Once you hear he was the head coach, the manager for a quarter of a century. So, man, if anything, kudos to that level of consistency and being able to maintain a job and hold down a city, where fans really care about that team. And I can't tell you what their record was throughout the entire 25 years, but I'm sure they had some down moments. And for him to be able to ride it out.
160.
Huh?
That's how many games he got thrown out. 100. That's a whole season.
Yeah, that's a lot of
The
that's a
man.
lot of games. That's a lot.
He got
That's
the
a
record.
lot.
He got the record. He
Yeah.
got the record.
But yeah, just from one, just from coming from a sports nut who appreciates all levels of competition, especially the highest level, man, nothing but applause to Bobby Cox and what he did for the city of Atlanta, and just how he represented as a manager for 25 years, holding a job down.
Yeah, I mean, even as like, look, me and Ben have talked about this. We're interdivisional rivals, and obviously we used to butt heads with the Braves a lot. Bobby Cox is a guy. It doesn't matter if he's being thrown out of the game or whatever. He's still, we talk about 25 years. He has to be a top 25 manager of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah, top 25, top.
I'm just being generous, man. I'm being generous. There's been a lot of good managers in baseball.
It has. No, like I said, once again, Bobby Cox was a good manager when a Phillies fan is showing love. Because that's the hardest thing for us to do, right, Steve? Like, yeah, like we all pile on the Mets, but that's easy. It's easy to pile on the Mets. They make it very easy. But Bobby Cox and what you said.
There you go, brother. Even Eddie's saying he's top 5. There you go.
No, think about this. What you said, Marv, 25 years of anything professional. Player, coach, front office. I'm the manager for the Braves for 25 years. You know how much life changed from year 1 to year 25? And mind you, I can't I gotta go back and check. I don't think he was ran out of town now. It wasn't one of them, the game.
I just think it was like they had a mutually parting of ways, and it was just like it's time to move on type of thing.
Yeah.
It was like putting them at the pasture. It's time to retire. Time for us to move on. We love you type of thing. I think that's how that relationship ended. But listen, it's he is one of the most memorable managers of the last decade and a half. I mean, can't even talk about 90s baseball without bringing up Bobby Cox in some way, shape, or form. So, thoughts and prayers with the family. Braves Nation, all that good stuff. It's a weird time. We had multiple basketball players died in the last few days. Some older, some younger. I mean, it's just, it's been a weird week as far as that stuff goes. So, I mean, it's with everyone who is no longer with us that have touched our lives through the sporting world in some way, shape, or form. Our thoughts and prayers are with you, your families, your loved ones, all that good stuff. But I want to get into the topic of today. Marvin had to know this was coming, being the fact that me and you. I think we had a good LeBron talk last week, right? Mm-hmm. So now my question is, we seen the result of the season, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is this right now where we're at? Is this a perfect time for not just LeBron, but LeBron and the Lakers to kind of part ways and move on after no one thought they were getting swept by OKC. Let's be honest. No one thought they were going to get swept, but they did. And then you look at his tenure since he's been there. I'm going to start off with Marvin. How are you grading the LeBron James, just the Laker era? Let's forget about Cleveland. Let's forget about Miami. Missed the playoffs his first year, the bubble championship, first round exit, missed the playoff. Swept in the Western Conference, first round exit, and swept in the second round here. So, what are your thoughts on the LeBron James Laker era, Marvin? How are you feeling overall?
It's an era that includes a championship. That's the first thing I'll say. It's an era where he was multiple All NBA. A multiple All-NBA player. It's an era where we saw him break Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's 30-plus year record as a Laker. And it's an era where you can say that he never shortchanged you in regards to his performance, his play, what he brought to the table. He was LeBron. LA fans were expecting the LeBron who can do it all, play every aspect of the game. and he did
I
that.
think he did that. If you think about that, right? He's played
he
center there. He played almost all the positions.
Listen, LeBron James has only delivered in regards to what he can do, in regards to what they've put around him, and has the Lakers organization done a good job of surrounding him with role players and players to compete in the Western Conference and to compete against the East if they ever were to make another finals. That's a whole other conversation. What was LeBron James' role, him and Rich Paul's role in bringing some of those players in? That's another conversation. But you have to look at it like LeBron didn't shortchange the Lakers. He didn't. He came and he played hard, man. He put it down. Even this past season, LeBron still's out there looking like a top 10 NBA player. You know what I'm saying? Like when he wants to do it, he does it. But you take away Luka Doncic, you take away Austin Reeves. You get Ayton not playing at his best of times. It's tough, man. You need other players, as you see. So, I think that the Laker haters, that the LeBron haters who are Laker fans are going to say, he only brought us one championship, but I still think he's a valuable piece in regards to next season. Listen, you have to look at what the Lakers did when they were all healthy. When they had Luka, when they had Austin, I think it was in March, they went on that 16-2 run. I mean, they showed they probably need another piece at the rim, but outside of that, I mean, they got something there. But in the NBA, where you got superstar talent on some of these teams, like in OKC, for example, if you don't have the superstar talent and the role players to match, you just can't do it. The Lakers just got outgunned with players being hurt. So I look at this as LeBron gave us everything he had, but we didn't have enough really around him to get the job done. That's really how I look at that. I don't blame him for that. And in regards to next year, he's gonna have to take a cut, and we can take some of that money and get somebody at the rim. But a healthy Laker roster plus another rim player or another rim player, that's a squad. I think that's a squad.
I'm gonna say it like this: the way I feel about it, like if I'm given a grade percentage, it's at least a B. Like for his tenure there. Won a championship. I know everyone wants to put the asterisk on the bubble. Champion's a championship. It doesn't matter if it was during COVID or not. Like that shouldn't take anything away from it. I would have to say he didn't underperform, but he didn't meet everyone's blown out expectations. Right?
See, Steve, I push back on that because when you say that he didn't meet everybody's blown out expectations, we forget that this kid was on the cover of Sports Illustrated at 17 and had he had a plethora of expectations that if you ask me, when you look at his career from that perspective, he exceeded the expectations. Listen, Steve, he's exceeded expectations if you look at the totality of his career. So I just want to push back on that idea that he didn't exceed expectations. I think you have to look from, a wider scope to really to really think about that before you speak. That's me.
The expectation was multiple titles. He didn't deliver on that one. And is it an unfair expectation? Probably. But at the same time, it's what everyone assumed was coming. And we just never got that. And I don't think that completely falls on LeBron's shoulders either. But that's just how the sporting world works, how basketball works. What about you, Ben? What's your grade average for LeBron's run as we are as a Laker?
I believe it is an A. Here's why I think it's an A. LeBron James has expectations on him to be the best player on the team whenever team he's on. No matter what team he's on. You come to the Lakers, it was blockbuster deal, you got LeBron. You started giving him all these superstars, but they didn't gel. Russ Westbrook, it just didn't work. They tried to go through a lot of guys, right? Everybody can't play with LeBron, right? LeBron goes to the bubble. The bubble is the hardest because of the circumstance. No one's there, right? Who did they beat? Oh, they beat Miami. Who was on Miami? Oh, Jimmy Butler and them. So Miami hasn't won a chip since LeBron left. Got it. Kevin Spoelstra, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. Another LeBron. Here's why I say it's an A. We're still talking about LeBron like he's not 40-something years old. LeBron is the only player, regardless of his age. LeBron averaged 20. He averaged 20 this year. I think he was like 20, 7-6, something crazy. LeBron made it to the second round of the playoffs without Luka. They made it to the second round without Luka. Kevin Durant, people consider him one of the greatest scorers ever. How many chips have he won since he left Golden State? Nothing. I'm talking about nothing. Who did he play for this? He played for the Rockets. Who sent him home? Here's the thing about LeBron. LeBron says this: I am the one player that if I don't win a chip, people don't think I'm that good. They expect me to either be in contention to win a chip or win a chip because I won a chip on every team I've been on. But when you talk about impact, there isn't nobody bigger than him. We saying most players, when they retire, they got to announce it. Ain't nobody asking them after the game, hey, LeBron. Because here's the thing. Wherever LeBron ends up, if it's not LA, that team is going to be looked upon as a championship contender because who's there? LeBron has had, 13 first-team All-NBAs. I think he was second-team All-NBA. He was second-team All-NBA in 2025. I'm losing the guys that's in their 20s, that's just hitting their prime, that came to my basketball camps growing up, that got pictures with me, taking pictures with them. Look, I agree with what Marvin said. Look, you know how hard it is to live up to the number 1 overall pick? You got to do what LeBron did to live up to it. On the cover of Sports Illustrated, watching this kid from Akron. I mean, if this is why I think LeBron is an age. LeBron has never came off the bench. In his whole career, he started. Most guys in year 20, they the 6th man, 7th man. They were, they're Vince Carter when he with the Hawks, right? They're Udonis Haslem. I could have did what he did his last 5 years with the Heat. And I love Udonis. Listen, Udonis Haslem, for those who don't know, I had his dorm room my freshman year. I think it was his junior year. So the room he was in, I used to get his mail. I used to get credit cards. So if I had any hater in me, Marvin, I would have been charging it up. But I'm not like that. Not like that. It's cool. But I'm just saying, LeBron, LeBron is the Rodney Dangerfield of basketball players. Like, what? Why y'all mad at me? I'm just saying, it's like LeBron has never cheated the game. LeBron didn't invent load management. That's Kawhi. LeBron had one major injury his whole career, maybe. LeBron is good for 3 things. He's good for the team he's on. He's good for ratings. He's good for business. Real good. Because we don't appreciate what LeBron is until he's gone. We've been talking about LeBron since 2003. It was his son. He got the most playoff wins in NBA history. Because of him, him and Bronny made history by being the only father-son duo to score an assist and a point in the playoff game. LeBron is saying, what do y'all want from me? Like what is it? Y'all think because Stephen A. Smith say I'm not this, I'm not that. Name a person, Marvin, you in the NFL, you balling, but you getting close to 40. Why would you stop? Because I'm 40? This is what I do. You do it till you can't do it no more. That's sport. That's what I was told. You do it till you can't. Calais Campbell is still in the NFL. He's 40 years old. Aaron Rodgers is about to be 43. Neither one of them can touch LeBron in what he's doing. LeBron is saying, you know how many players never make All-NBA? And they're great players. You know how many players are never going to average 20? Great scores. LeBron said, been there, there's nothing I can't do. They're comparing me to me. Who got the most points? Me. Who got the 3rd most assists? LeBron said, well, I'm 4th right now in assists. I could be number 3 I could be number 2 if I wanted to. But I don't want that. And I've won on every team I've been on. Kevin Durant been on just as many teams as me. He can't win though. He ain't winning nothing without Steph. Who beat that 72 team? Who beat LeBron? That down 3-1. All I'm saying is LeBron knows what it's like to be Kobe Bryant. People hate LeBron because he's LeBron, and they hate him really because he's a Laker. That's why they cannot stand him. People can't stand the Lakers. I don't know why. The Lakers ain't the Celtics. Now I get the Celtics. I can't stand them. But the Lakers, so I don't, LeBron, whenever LeBron decides to retire and they start going through what he's really done, they could do a whole week worth of shows. This dude, he was a Hall of Famer before he left Cleveland the first time. Then he goes to Miami. And for people saying LeBron started the super team, that's not true. The people who started the super team, that would be the Celtics with Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen, right? And company. So me and my mom, we argue all the time about LeBron. My mom said LeBron need to go home. Why? Like, why? Because you tired of seeing him? It ain't because he can't hoop. Like, I get it. But come on, I mean, Steven, I'm gonna just leave it at this. Steven, you're the number one content creator in the country. And people get tired of you winning the award, right? All they got to do is be better than you. You know how many that boy done had 20-something drafts. That boy's playing against the Suns when I used to dominate your daddy. And it's like, just because you tired of seeing somebody does not mean he ain't the truth. LeBron James is the truth, and he can't shoot like Steph, right? He ain't got handles like Kyrie. But what can you do with him? Nothing. And all I'm saying is, LeBron says, look, if I want to play another 5 years, because LeBron ain't even got to the point of his life, he's coming off the bench. He ain't even coming off the bench. So I don't know. He takes care of his body, right? He's married to his high school sweetheart. He got 3 kids. One of them I helped my kid get drafted on the same team. Man, LeBron that's the greatest that's the greatest level of nepotism. I did a podcast with the future head coach of the Lakers, and all I had to do was say, hey, JJ, you got him right. We got him. Man, I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to be able to have that level of nepotism to say, hey, my last name is all I need. What you mean? So, why did Bronny get drafted in the second round by the Lakers? Who else going to draft him?
For a second, right? Let's play devil's advocate for a second. Let's say they both opt out. He's a free agent. He hits the open market. Outside of like Cleveland or something like that, where would you like to see him play? Where do you think he would fit in, be respected, loved, and you know?
Do you really want me to say it?
In LA, it almost feels like.
Do you really want me to say it?
No, you've said it before, and I already know what you're going to say.
No.
You're going to say the only way you gonna respect him is if he come to Philly. If he comes to Philly, your whole tone gonna change. He will, because I'm telling you, you don't think LeBron could be a missing piece for Philly? Let's be honest, like,
because they rely too much on Embiid. And he plays.
Well, no, he gonna get him. That's a whole other show.
Embiid will be gone. Embiid will be gone, and it is what it is.
Look, Steve, if he go to New York, it's a wrap.
You ain't lying.
It's funny you say that because that's what Eddie just said. That's what Eddie just said. New York.
If he goes to New York,
if New York doesn't
win, goes to the Knicks.
That's where he's gonna go.
He's already familiar with Mike Brown. Mike Brown already already coached him. Man, he goes to New York for 1 or 2 years, and he's playing the way he's playing right now. He's still a top 10 player. You don't have players in the NBA right now. Like, who's guarding LeBron when he want to score? When he needs to score one-on-one? Who?
Nobody.
You know what I'm saying? Still. So
if he go to New York, oh my God! I mean, just every fake Knicks fan coming to the, you ain't seen him in a while. Now, I ain't talking about Spike Lee, but
how you gonna say they ain't fake Knicks fans? They took over the Xfinity Live Center Game 4 before they swept us.
I'm not talking about LA fans that show up to LA games no matter what. I'm talking about the ones you ain't seen in 10 years. They got to dust off the season ticket, to try to be. I'm saying LeBron in year 41 is just as impactful in 2003. You know how many teams saying, how do we get him? They are trying right now to say, dude, we got to get him. Because what does LeBron bring to a team? He brings an attraction that other superstars want to come to. Don't let these other players make you think they don't love LeBron. They love you. Hold on. You don't think Ant-Man wouldn't want LeBron right now?
And you're getting into the other part of it, because the rumor going around is that somebody came across a podcast from like a few years ago, right? That LeBron and Steph Curry said they would love to end their careers together.
Oh my God!
Together. Now, here's the thing: you put them two together to kind of both of them kind of go on like a 2-year swan song final tour. They're gonna win 2 championships.
Hold on.
You can hate LeBron all you want. They're going to win 2 championships.
Steven, think about this. We're talking about a 41-year-old that's going to be 42 this year. And you said if you give him Steph at this age and stage, he's going to – who else can we say that about? Now, Steph's not going to win nothing with LeBron. You and LeBron, we talked about the New York, they're going to win a chip. If he goes over there with Ant-Man, they probably going to win a chip. If he goes to Golden State, sorry, Draymond, you might be gone, but we get LeBron. Who else can we say that about? It's only one other player in his 40s can do this, and his name is Tom Brady. He could have done this because he's the reason why people think Tampa is a contender. I'm like, no, they got Baker Mayfield, nothing wrong. So all I'm saying is a 41-year-old who was just asked, am I going to retire? We're now saying, dude, if you go to the Knicks,
they're getting into it in the chat room. They're like, oh, well, Golden State's too old. They're too old. They can't do that. Who says that they're going to stay in Golden State to do it? Did y'all remember what happened when he went down to Miami, right?
Yep.
Like they just need a place that is a marketable franchise that has at least a guy and some good pieces around him. I don't think that necessarily means if Steph
to where
in the what if category, if they did team up together, I don't think it would be in Golden State.
What about them Clippers though? What about them Clippers? Stay in LA? You know, hey, what about
that?
Clippers?
Would be the ultimate middle finger too. That would be the ultimate middle finger.
It would.
And he bout that. You saw how he did Pat Riley, right?
Yep.
Left him at the hotel. Didn't want to come
it's
out
about
the
business.
room. Yeah.
Listen, don't take that man cookies.
So we just have one here in the chat, and you know, top 5 shooting forwards.
I mean, hold on for a second.
Bird.
But do you see how? Man, that's correct. I know Giannis kind of wants out, but LeBron is a. This is crazy. Listen, we've been talking about LeBron so long. We talked about LeBron when it was a flip phone, when it was DVDs, CDs.
They had the Boost Mobile chirp
media, Sports Illustrated. Before the digital world.
Back when Sports Illustrated was the #1 magazine. This is well before On 3 and all this stuff. Fanatics. None of this stuff was around, right? And listen, LeBron is the reason why guys are really getting these big time, shoe deals or whatever. And all I'm saying is, everybody's gonna be watching to see 2 things: did he opt out, and where is he going? Because it's gonna dump. Because people go, listen, Stephen A. All that fake hate you got for LeBron, man, stop it. Because if he become a Knick, if you can't get the exclusive sit down with LeBron, you ain't who you say you are. If you cannot get it, if he's on Good Morning America with, Michael Strahan, or, what I'm saying, come on, man, Nate Burleson or somebody, that's cool. But Stephen A., you said you want to sit down. What's going to happen when he wearing that orange and blue skies for life, man? LeBron is still the biggest piece on the chessboard. He's been that for this long. Who has controlled the NBA with all these players that come through with Duncan and Shaq and Kobe and KD? He said, man, I'm better than all of them, man. My career is, I'm going to keep saying this. Championships are a team distinction. Ask Reggie Miller. Ask Karl Malone. Everybody don't get no chip. LeBron say, everywhere I've been, I got a chip. And if the New York Knicks don't win a chip this year, which is going to be hard for them to beat OKC, and LeBron go to New York and win a chip, that is the greatest mic drop you have ever seen in your life. So he ain't going nowhere. I don't see LeBron going away because he go away for what? I'm still better than these dudes. I'm better. The only
person sitting there saying he's, at his age, he's still, you can make an argument. He's without a doubt still a top 10 player.
Yeah, think about how crazy that is to say that. He's still legit top 10. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you were talking about building a team from this point right now, you want to go, you want to go run. Are you going to not pick LeBron James? You know what I'm saying? If you have, an early pick of him, he's balling, man. He's an anomaly. He's something we've never seen. You know what I'm saying? And people aren't saying enough. People aren't saying that.
You can't put him lower than top 5 all time just because of what he's done over that year. Over the years. He's been in the league 20 years. Like, come on. So, in the chat room, I don't know if you guys have seen that they're going back and forth on shooters, right? We kind of had a loose discussion on like some of our best players position-wise a few weeks ago, right? So I'm gonna just go with this one. Who are your top 3 shooters of all time? All time. They got Steph, Clay, Bird, Miller, Ray Allen, all that. Just your top 3 pure shooters. It doesn't matter what position.
Yeah,
top three pure.
Yeah, just pure shooters, not driving to the not driving to the basket, not dunking. Just that shooting stroke. Who are your top 3?
I think it's hard not to start with Steph, to be honest with you. Number 2, which could be number 1 if you saw him play, Reggie Miller, because all he did was break your heart. Get out there and shoot the lights out. He played in a different era, obviously. And then, man, Ray Allen hit one of the most clutch, iconic shots that we've ever seen, to help secure a championship for the Miami Heat. So that's what I'd have to do. And listen, I got nothing but love for Bird, but I got to go Steph, Reggie, Ray.
That's funny you say that because Ray, Steph, Reggie.
Yeah.
So what about you, Ben? Top 3 shooters all time.
Yeah, that's my list as well for this reason. I mean, Steph is clear, right? Reggie Miller lets you know how bad of a shooter you were. Perfect form, you can freeze frame it. And Ray Allen, because we're talking about players that did it for teams that never won a chip. Now, I know Ray Allen ended up winning a chip, but he did it a long time without winning chips, still super consistent. I mean, Ray Allen is sitting there showing people, I think he got the quickest release in NBA history. Don't take it but a millisecond to get that thing out. And what can't you say about Steph, man? Steph is the reason why Embiid and them shoot threes now. He changed the game from the three-point line. So, yeah, Steph, and Ray Allen and Reggie Miller is my top 3. Clay ain't far behind, man. Clay is nasty shooting. And obviously, I respect what Larry Bird did, but I'm just thinking about 3 dudes that made you want to be a shooter. Reggie Miller made you want to be a shooter. Ray Allen made you want to be a shooter. Steph made you, because these are 3 guys that didn't play above the rim. Hey, dude, I'm not a high flyer, so I got to find a way to, find my place in this game without having to be a guy that play up. So, play above the rim. But yeah, those 3 guys to me are just out of this world. I mean, Ray Allen. LeBron. Listen, I remember that kick out, botched that kick out. I don't know what game it was, and he hit that big 3. I mean, Steph done made so many of them, it's ridiculous. And Reggie Miller literally became famous against the Knicks and the Bulls and the kind of things he did. So, Ray Allen, Mr. Jesus Shuttlesworth himself on He Got Game. Denzel Washington was your daddy in the movie. What did we say? Reggie Miller got arguably with the greatest. They are the greatest sister-brother duo ever, him and Cheryl. You know what I'm saying? I come home, I scored 70. She scored 100. That's one went to UCLA, the other one with the SC, which is crazy. And obviously Steph Curry, man. Davidson College, the son, you know what I'm saying, of Dale Curry and what he meant to the Hornets teams. Yeah, man. Steph, Ray, Reggie, three best I've ever seen.
I'm gonna technically disagree with you guys. I do not have Ray Allen on here, and it's because of Larry Bird. I'll say it this much: if Larry didn't have his back injuries, no one would have any arguments about this. I think it's it's Reggie, it's Steph, it's Larry Bird. That's just my personal opinion. But I was a Sixers fan watching Larry Bird sticking daggers in our hearts every, multiple times a season for the better part of 10 years. So, it was different for me as far as the Larry Bird conversation go. And that's not sitting there saying that Ray Allen isn't special or whoever you take out to make your top 3. It's just one of these debates that we have that no matter what, like there's always somebody being left out. And we get to have fun on there.
And listen, Larry Bird was a dog. I ain't got, this is no shade to him. Obviously, you asking us to really split hairs. If this is keep it real. This is no shade. Clay wasn't on my list. Neither was Bird. I'm old enough to have watched Bird and Jordan go at it, to watch Bird in his prime. I remember how heavy his name was and who he was, and there's a reason why we still talk about him so many years later, because he was a straight. I mean, of an organization of the Celtics, who have just Hall of Famers and names. I mean, he leads the list.
I want everyone to answer this one. We got a question from we'll just say Chris, because the back end of that's nothing but random letters and numbers. Who do you think could potentially score 100 points besides Wilt in this day? And I guess what we're trying to say is in this day and age of basketball, right?
Score 100.
Yeah,
Lucas put up quite a few. We just had your boy. I mean, really anybody who can get to the free throw line enough, like your boy in Miami just did.
Yeah.
Put up, just if you can get to that free throw line, man, that's huge. So yeah, Bam, my man Bam just did that.
I mean,
Boss man Blake says Giannis. I could see it.
Yeah. Who could? I mean, if this because you got to be kind of.
I'll say it like this: you want to know how I see it happening? I see it happen in one of these games where you have two teams that are just going shot for shot back and forth, and they wind up going to overtime. And I think that's how one of these guys will.
You got to be playing against. Breaking it. Well, let's call it what it is. You got to be playing against my Hawks, because that's what they do. They're going to give up a lot of points, right? Let's just call it what it is. Number two, to me, you got to go into a game one. I think Ant-Man can do it. I think he could score 100 points, because you got to have a guy that has an unlimited green light, and no one's going to talk about, because some of these players are really, really unselfish. And I'm not saying Ant-Man is selfish. And I'm going to tell you who could do it. Wemby could do it now. Wemby could score 100. It's just it's got to be the right night, right circumstance.
Yeah, so put up there.
I mean, in today's age of non-defense, we might see it.
Yeah.
Because Bam, I'm still trying to get over the fact that Bam scored that many points. And I'm like, well, dude, y'all can't realize where he had. I mean, he had 68. He had what? He had 72. That's why they invented five, So, yeah, the free throw, a guy that could have done it in his heyday when he was getting to the free throw line was James Harden. When he was just getting to the free throw line as much as he used to, not today's James Harden. Because now he got to make shots.
We got another one from the chat we got to touch on. Who's the better coach, Phil or Pop?
Ooh, Phil.
Yeah,
I think
it's not as far as it used to be.
It's not. It's and people can say, well, you had Kobe and Shaq, and you had Pippen and Jordan, but that don't mean you're gonna win it just because you have them, right? But you got to respect 11. Come on, man. And you did.
Bro.
You did 4 3-peats. I'm sorry, 4 2-peat. You went back to back. Man, that's crazy. Phil is nuts, but Popovich might be a better coach than Phil, but what Phil did, man, stop it. They let Phil be the president of the Knicks.
Brand, come on.
Yeah, you look at the task of having to coach, and lead a Michael Jordan, lead a Kobe Bryant. It takes a certain type of skill set and leader and communicator. It takes a man who's in control of his ego to know how to coach such elite individuals. So nothing against Pop. I think Pop is great, but you look at the diversity of style with Phil and his ability to coach multiple organizations and multiple players who are in the GOAT conversation. That says a lot about his skill set as a head coach.
Yeah. I agree with with Blake's comment that Pop did it with less, but I think when you look at it, there's only 3 coaches all time that
Pop did it with less.
I don't know about
that we should be talking about in this. It's Phil, it's Pop, it's Red. Those are the 3 coaches that we talk about as far as elite level coaches, in my opinion.
Coutinho, Tony Parker, David Robinson, Tim Duncan, Kawhi Leonard. I mean, Tim Duncan got 5 of them things. I mean, it ain't Jordan, it ain't Pippen, but Tim Duncan, ain't he a top 75 player? Wasn't David Robinson on that 92 Dream Team?
They had Robinson and Duncan on the same team.
Yeah, right.
And
then when Tony Parker developed into the player that he was, they were the team to beat. They absolutely were the team to beat.
Who did more for the international players than Tony Parker? He was the first to really be that international guy. See, come on. I mean, Tony Parker he birthed Giannis and Luka.
Come on, Blake. Are you serious? Don't say some silly stuff like that. Come on. Phil couldn't have won with the Spurs. Stop it.
Stop it. Yeah, fine.
He might have won more. He might have won more, man. Come on, guys.
Listen, the Spurs wasn't the most beautiful team to watch because they was fundamentally sound, but they would beat the brakes off.
Listen. Phil probably would have did more with them. And it's not nothing against Pop. It's just what Marvin was already talking about. He knew how to handle the multiple superstar dynamic. And not just that, he got more out of his role players than I think a lot of coaches probably would have.
Whereas Pop didn't even allow a superstar dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're talking about two different cultures of team. You know what I mean? And, without...
I love Pop. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
He's not. Phil is just different. It just is.
And it's not even what Pop wasn't. I think we just looking at the mountain that was in front of these men. You know what I'm saying? And, I think Pop obviously accomplished a lot with all those championships, leading that organization. But when you talk about a dude who was able to get the best out of Kobe, get the best out of Jordan, come on, man. What are we talking about? That this is a mastermind,
Oh, yeah.
And dealt with Rodman.
Oh, my God. Don't even get me started.
We dealt with Rodman at his peak of weirdness.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Rodman is, and that's when Rodman was doing this old crazy stuff, wearing the like gowns and dresses and being on the front cover. You know what I'm saying? But once again, I think a guy like Phil, he got those guys to believe what he believed. That triangle, everybody can't run it. And hey man, I did it. He said, Michael Jordan is the reason why I could deal with a Kobe. I've seen you before. This alpha male, I get it. And Shaq, you ain't Scottie Pippen, but I've seen you before too. Just a little shorter, a little thinner, and Scottie. And we can say who's the greatest duo of all time. Is it Kobe and Shaq? Is it Scottie and Mike? And Phil had to orchestrate both of them. With Rodman. Wait a minute. Didn't Phil have to deal with Metta World Peace too? Oh, was he with Phil?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So he got Rodman 2.0, and Metta. So yeah, man. Phil was like, look, man, buy into what I'm doing, because I'm not gonna switch up what I'm doing. And let's get to these chips. Let's get to these championships.
And whereas Pop was dealing with harmony with the San Antonio administration, executive staff, man, Phil was dealing with drama up there with Jerry in Chicago and the beef between the GM and the star player, and all that. Phil really had a lot. He had a balancing act, man. He had a lot of things going on that he had to lead emotion. Seriously, think about that.
No, you're not wrong, Marvin. Yeah, and not a lot of people talk about that. Yeah. The general manager of the Chicago Bulls was
trying to get Michael out of there,
trying to dismantle them from the inside out.
Yeah.
Crazy. And they still wound up going on the magical runs that they did. So, man. So, get it. We love Pop. We love Phil. But we're into the schedule release as part of the football. And I want to pull up this college one because I want to see you two go geek out on this one. Let's just say college football was telling us clear the schedule for November 7th because it's going to get a little crazy. Miami at Notre Dame, Alabama at USC, Georgia at Ole Miss, Oregon at Ohio State, BYU at Utah. is that the most exciting weekend that you guys are looking forward to as far as the college schedule goes, or is there another one that I'm missing here?
Ooh, that's pretty deep.
I mean,
That's pretty solid. I mean,
say November 7th, Marvin's not going to be found. He's going to be in front of the TV.
hey man, there's a reason why college football has a monopoly on Saturday afternoons, man. Saturdays in general, don't play with it. And the NFL understands. Hey, we NFL Monday night, Thursday night, Sunday. We don't mess with Saturday because we don't want to compete with eyes, viewership. But yeah, that's crazy. That's a lineup. That's why the best players in the world play on Sunday. The best variety is played on Saturday. That's the best variety, not the best players. The best variety of football you're gonna get is on a Saturday because you got some things going on. And hey man, with all the college football playoff expansion talk, it's gonna end up looking like the NCAA tournament. You get in. But no, yeah, that's pretty dynamic. That's a nice Saturday.
Is there a weekend outside of the 7th that you're looking forward to? Is there a matchup for your Trojans that you're looking forward to, brother?
Man, listen, this is year 5 of the Lincoln Riley experience, and we haven't been to the playoffs yet. This year, we do have a roster. We have the most returning players in the Big Ten, and we have a hell of a schedule. Which to me, all I see is opportunity. Ohio State, Indiana, Wisconsin, Oregon. We got some big games, man. All of them matter. Trust me, there is no game. All of them games matter this year in the year 5 of the Lincoln Riley experience. So. Yeah, excited about that. And yeah, that November 7th matchup slate that you had, when I see that, it reminds me of Ben saying no weddings on Saturdays. You know what I'm saying?
No weddings in the fall. You know what it is? No
there
weddings
you
in the
go.
fall.
There you go.
Man.
Yeah. That's what I think of when I see that schedule.
Yeah, no weddings. If I catch you in a cathedral in the fall, I'm gonna go by nearest Walgreens, CVS, give me some baby powder. I'm say, come here. We don't do that because you're gonna be the dude in the back with your phone on silent, going, listen to the ladies out there. We love y'all. Stop trying to understand why men love football. It's not something we can fully explain. We know we're not supposed to care who wins or loses. No, we're not supposed to care about the storylines and the pageantry, but we do, and it's not gonna go anywhere. So, to my wife and all the wives and the ladies out there to say, it's just football. No, it's just football to you. To me, this is what gives me joy. And yes, Saturday will determine
just think of it this
Sunday.
way, ladies. We're playing the ultimate version of human chess, and we just want to see how it plays out, man. Listen, that's just the way it is. Eddie got one for you, Marvin. How short is Lincoln Riley's leash this season?
This is a must-win season for him. No excuses. I mean, again, it's the year 5. It's year 5 of a contract where we're paying him over $100 million. This is us spending $40 million upward on a roster. This is us again in year 5, no playoffs. So yeah, this is everything. I don't know that if we didn't make the playoffs and we didn't get a playoff win, which is what I'm demanding at the least, and I hate to look at the standard from the bottom up. But we have to get into playoffs and win a playoff game. And I'm not talking about against JMU and Tulane. We need to beat a relevant team in the playoffs for me to feel anything about this situation. Because I do realize that these other programs are spending $40, $50 million too. That's a real thing. And these other programs got players too. But USC this season is going to tell us all. If he don't go 10-2 at a minimum with a playoff win, yeah, you're going to hear the rumblings, and you're going to hear names starting to pop up as to who's next, and that's fair.
I love it, and I'm not even going. Yeah, I'm gonna throw my plug in. Coach Summerall, coaching my Florida Gators. I just want to get back to being national. I want to get back to being nationally relevant because of how we play, not because of the brand. Florida's always going to be relevant because I think Florida's a top 10 brand in college football. I think it's a top 10 brand in football, but brands can't be the reason why people, are watching. I wanted to be the product on the field, and we'll see because, and to let y'all know that Florida is a big enough brand. Indiana just won the national championship. They had 8 guys drafted. Florida won 4 games and had 7. To let you know them boys still going. They still going to the draft. I'm different than you, Marvin. The SEC, it is unforgiving. Ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for nobody. But you got to, hey man, if you want something, come get something, man. If you scared, stay in the house. You know, if you scared, I mean, you get to a point where you love your NFL teams. You in love with your college team. It's like, dude, what are we doing? Come on, bro. Like, because at the end of the day,
oh man,
you couldn't choose what NFL teams you went to. That's who drafted you or who negotiated your contract. That's your agent. You chose where you went to college. That's my choice. I chose, you chose SC. I chose Florida. And now, hey, bro, hey, yo, Lincoln, we know you can coach Heisman's. Hey, bro, what's up? You know what I'm saying? And Coach Summerall, he came from Tulane. And I know he's still on his podcast circuit because he said nobody knew him because he came from Tulane. Yeah, well, you are the most famous coach in the state of Florida now. Everybody know you in Florida. You the most famous coach in Florida. Couldn't tell you who the head coach of Miami is. I think Todd Bowles is the head coach of Tampa. Liam Cohen is the head coach of Jacksonville. Who cares? If Tramel Jones, the future starting quarterback of Florida, is walking down the street with Trevor Lawrence, with Malik Willis and Baker Mayfield, they're going to come up to Tramel and say, yo, Tramel, who your friends? Oh, that's Trevor Lawrence. Oh, okay. Where he play at? The Jaguars. Who is that? Baker Mayfield. Where he play at? Tampa. Because at Florida, you the big SC is the biggest brand in college in the state of California. Right? The Lakers are the biggest brand in California as far as sports. Florida is the biggest brand in Florida. It's bigger than anything down there. Anything. The Magic, the Rays, the Marlins, the Jags, the Bucks, the Dolphins, the Hurricanes, the Seminoles, the Bulls, SMU. FAU, FIU. No, FU. If you think you're bigger than Florida, you're not. And for me, I'm like you, Marv. I want to be able to brag on Saturdays. Because I can't brag on Sunday.
Let me say right now,
can't brag on Sunday.
This is the most passion I've ever seen you show about them Gators, bro.
Hey, man, I ain't had no reason to, Mom. I ain't had no reason to. You think you know how hard it is? Being from Georgia, I have to deal with Georgia fans, man. I got to go places.
You got one in here right now. Again, he's already calling it out. He's like, we'll see y'all October 31st in Jacksonville.
You know what it is. Listen, you know what it is. We ain't ducking nobody. Now, I mean, I'm gonna talk trash. This is when I got to go back in my age, though. I never lost to Georgia, so I can't really speak for what they doing now. I never lost to Georgia, but I just want my Gators, man, to look like they want to be there. I mean, you know how it is. It's like, come on, bro. Like, y'all getting paid good money. Come on, man. So, yeah, I mean, and this is how passionate I am now. Once we kick the ball off and it's real, I'll go back to normal tones. My tones will go back to real.
You're a Cowboys fan. Gotcha.
I've seen them Gators got a nice weight room. Ben, y'all got a nice
Coach Summerall came through. I'm gonna ask you this, Marv. Think about this. You the head coach at SC. Y'all don't lack no funding, no resources. Do you tear up the weight room like Summerall? He just said, look, man, I want what's that song? The Tiger got brand new. Like, do you go in there and strip it down to make it look like you want it to look?
I think you do, because at the end of the day, these kids are being awed. They're in awe of these new facilities and high tech this, and that matters, man. That matters. They want that new. You know what I'm saying? They want that. They don't want that Rocky Balboa. You know what I'm saying? They don't want that Rocky Balboa. They want that new tech. This is pretty. So yeah, I think you need to put your name on it, put your style and brand on it. So yeah, Ben, whatever y'all put up for that, it was well worth it, man. That was money well spent, Ben.
Well, the thing is, the thing is, right? The one reason why people in certain states get mad, people don't understand how much college head coaches control. I remember at one point they said no team in the state of Georgia would have an indoor facility, right? Greg McElwain comes to Florida as the head coach. He said, I want an indoor facility. Got the indoor. Because when I was at Florida, we had our weight room in the stadium. We used to have to come upstairs, walk across the street to go to the practice fields. Now they got a standalone $85 million facility strictly for football, and obviously all the other sports get to come through there and eat. They got a state of the art cafeteria, whatever. But what I'm saying is, isn't that what a head coach is supposed to do? Hey, bro, why you want to look like it did before you got here? I want to, like, if I buy a crib that's brand new, I'm only putting the furniture in it. If I buy a crib that was condemned, still nice, hey, I was going to switch it up anyway. Let's get these walls right. Let's tear that. I like the fact that Summerall is saying, look, man, I don't know how long I'm going to be in Florida. I want to put pressure on anybody that's coming behind me for what I'm building. I like that, though. I like it when people say, hey, man, I'm going to treat college like an old school whip. It's going to look different when you see it in a year. I don't want to look, because the old weight room wasn't working. Whatever y'all, it's just weight. But whatever y'all was doing in here, that got y'all to 4 wins. No, bro. I want, and here's the thing. They donate the old weight room to a school, a high school. Somebody will get that stuff. And they keep the Florida Gator stuff on it. So yeah, man, I like the Coach Summerall did that. If I'm a head coach in college, man, I run these cities.
Absolutely.
And certain times I run this state. So if all I'm asking for is a weight room, come on, bro. That's easy. Some weight room company just got to start their business because of Florida. Hey, the Florida Gators want us to. Hey, bro, let's do it. They probably just started their whole empire because of my Gators. So, hey, man.
Then I recently read that UF is the top academic school in the state of Florida. So
we the number one. We the number one. I think we the number one public school in America. I think. And the thing about Florida is this: you don't lack anything. Like, you don't lack anything in academics as well as athletics. It's just you got to. If we still talking about Tim Tebow, that ain't good. That's good for him. That's not. That means that the current crop. That's all I'm saying. Listen, we don't got 150. You know what I'm saying? Heisman's like y'all do. You know what I'm saying? We don't do. We got 3.
Yeah.
And I got coached on the one.
But yeah, they got a lot down there in that seat.
Listen, Florida
you got the most, Steve.
I know y'all got the most. He was saying y'all got 150. I'm like, I don't think it's quite that many, but
it's so many. That's what it feels like. That's what he's saying. Stop hating, Steve.
I think you're in the upper 20s, ain't you? You're in the upper 20s somewhere.
We got 8.
No. Listen, I'm gonna just say this, and people can get mad. When Florida is good, it is good for college football. When Florida is bad, college football is still good. I tell you what, SC, y'all take care of the West. Florida will take care of the East, and whatever y'all want to do in the Midwest, whatever. Go ahead. Whatever y'all want to do in the Midwest.
All right, Steve.
It's all right. Listen, we gotta get the college talk in there. It's just fine with me.
Yeah. No, like I said, I love to hear Ben talk with this passion. I've been wondering where it's at. You know what I'm saying?
It's there.
Hey, Steve, Ben one of the great players at the SEC, All-American. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he did it big. You know what I mean? So this is the first time I'm really hearing it.
I had fun, man. I had fun. I'm just saying, with your SC, y'all don't number one recruiting classes, Lincoln Riley, you know what I'm saying? Like Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
What's old boy? Makai Lemon. He's an Eagle now, Politnikov.
Yeah.
Y'all got it. You know what I'm saying? Florida, we got spurts, man. We've had moments, man, but it's like, I don't want this few and far. I can't deal with the few and far between.
Spread out in the state. Y'all got the most NFL players ever from the state of Florida. Just as far as other accolades coming from the state of Florida, runs a little thin.
Listen. Don't make that team. Don't make that team in South Florida, man. Don't make that team on the Panhandle, because they're gonna think you hating. But see, people, facts are a very stubborn thing, ain't it? Like they stubborn. Like they don't really.
I just put my glass on, realized that's Ben Troupe up there. No wonder he's talking big for Florida.
Hey, listen. All I'm saying is, I don't know if y'all. I wasn't on the show last week. I just came from the freaking doctor, got my blood tested. It's negative. No hate over here. They tested me. They said, look, the results came back negative. I ain't got no. But I wasn't a Florida fan growing up. I wasn't no Georgia fan either. I wasn't. But I respect all college football. I don't care where you play. But everybody ain't on the same level, even if I respect you. And that's just keeping it a buck. I respect SC because SC in Florida, they on the same levels. UCLA, I'm gonna tell you why. Listen to me. If you won a national championship in the 50s, I respect it. So if you got a Letterman jacket, they didn't even have leather in 1952. Where you even get that from, sir? I'm just telling you, if you won back in the 50s, I respect it. But Marvin, this is my rule. I ain't making it a black guy thing, a white guy. If black people didn't play with you, I don't know how good you were. I'm just telling you, if wasn't nobody out there, come on now. Because if black people didn't play with you, I'm not saying you weren't good. I'm not saying you weren't good.
Yeah.
But one black guy played golf. What happened? He took it over, didn't he? That's all I'm saying. 2 black girls played tennis. What happened? I'm just asking. I'm not making it. So for me, I love Babe Ruth and all that. Who did Babe play again? For real, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, and I know people gonna get mad at me, but Cooper DeJean, you talking about an anomaly. He's the first white cornerback in like 50 years that we've seen. They
Jason
exist
Sehorn.
out there.
Jason Sehorn.
Jason Sehorn killed it.
Yeah. Steve, you know what he is?
Sehorn a safety, not a corner?
No, he was a corner.
All right.
But that's Super Bowl. He got toe up in that Super Bowl. God. Got toe up
now we're talking the NFL. We had a lot of announcements game-wise over the last few days. Y'all see the international slate?
Yeah.
Week
1, you got the 49ers and Rams in LA. Week 3, you got the Baltimore Ravens and the Cowboys playing in Rio de Janeiro. Weeks 4 through 6 in London, you got Colts, Commanders, Eagles, Jaguars, and I think the Jaguars are staying out there in another week because they got back-to-back weeks in London. Then they get the Texans. Week 7, it's in Paris. It's the Saints and Steelers. Madrid gets the aforementioned Atlanta Falcons and the Cincinnati Bengals. Munich, week 10, it's the New England Patriots and the Detroit Lions. And looks like San Francisco gets 2 international games, technically, because Mexico City, week 11, against the Minnesota Vikings. Outside of the Jaguars playing back-to-back weeks in the UK, anything sticks out to you guys?
They should. That's great. They should have let. They should. I know that Mr. Khan, their owner of the Jags, he was the one that wanted to have an over. They shouldn't have let him even do that. I'm going back-to-back weeks over. Dude, I mean, how many games were that? 8? Was that 8 games?
It is 9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 9.
I mean, let me tell you. I'm gonna take this from all. If people don't realize how much of a business it is, that just shows you. We went from 1, maybe 2 to 9. You got, and San Francisco got to do 2, and the Jaguars got to do 2. I mean, Atlanta, somebody got to see that monstrosity in Madrid. I mean, I give these owners a lot of credit. To make sure that when football is like instituted in these other continents and countries, it would be because of the NFL. They're gonna say, man, we're gonna get a monopoly over there too. We're gonna make it so that they can't do it without us. Give the perception that you can't do it without us. Hey man, there are certain players in the National Football League that never had a passport. You better get you one, youngin', because you gone. Taking your behind over there to get right. But yeah, man, 9 games. If 9 games is going on in 2026, that means that 18 regular season games is coming sooner rather than later. It's coming.
Oh, that's inevitable. That's all right. That's they don't even talk about that as if, if. I mean, that's coming. I'm gonna tell you like this. Considering all the drama that's happening with the cartel down in Mexico, why you got my boys going down there for real? Y'all think that's a game? Now, I know the cartel, the last thing they want is headlines, but with Trump, I don't want to get political, but what's happening in D.C. and how people feel about him, And what he's doing against the cartel, seizing their ships, yada, yada, yada. Man, if I was a player, I would raise concerns about that Mexico trip. Straight up. And I've been saying that ever since it was announced because we've had some drama with we've had a lot of drama with the cartel that's gone public. That would be my concern. In regards to them going international, man, the NFL football is not a sport. Like Ben said, it's a business, and whatever's going to increase their market share, whatever is going to increase their pockets, that's what they're going to do. Whether it's putting players on the field for 18 games and then 20 games, what they're going to do, whatever's going to make them money, because their number one objective is no different from McDonald's and B&W. They're trying to make money. So, yeah, they're going to push their product as far as they can because it's being consumed. These European games, these international games have been a huge success. And, they're going to continue to grow it. And back in the 80s, when my dad was a player president, he was telling me then, the NFL is trying to get a team overseas. So this is happening. This is real. This has been the plan from day one.
9 games is a lot. I'm with you with, when they do the CBA again and, the NFLPA needs to – we've already talked about this. I think that all of them need to have natural grass fields. I don't want them playing on soccer pitches either. But I think these are things that they can bring up with the next CBA. But listen, it's about making money. It's about growth of the shield, the brand, however you want to put that. But the other side of that is the travel that some of these teams are having miles wise. The season is ridiculous. Have you seen some of this yet? Like first off, the bottom of it, right? Jets, Packers, Bucks, and Bears barely go anywhere. Right? Now, obviously, we already mentioned the 49ers play 2 international games, but West Coast teams, I think they're always going to be up the air mileage traveled. Eagles are got 22,000 up there. I mean, it's going to be a lot of flight time for some of these teams. Jaguars are pretty high up there, obviously. 2 international games, but the travel times, is that something that you think it wears on these guys too as well, Marvin?
Yes and no. I mean, yeah, what I'm saying? You're up there at altitude, depending upon the size of the seat, even though they sit every man, every other person. You got space, man, but it's hard to be on them flights a long time. Then after the game, you have swelling. I mean, listen, it comes with the job. It is what it is. You knew what it was when you signed up for it. This is what it's been since, the 50s, the 60s, 70s. I think it adds up. An athlete can have a negative impact over a time, especially in a season. But it's the job, y'all. You know what I mean?
Yep. Marvin, your thoughts? But
hold on, I want to get Ben's take on that. I want to get Ben's take. If you don't, I want to hear what Ben has to say about
that. The travel.
Yeah, it can suck. It can really suck. Here's the only thing. Unfortunately, the only thing that's gonna keep it from sucking is if you're winning, because you're dealing with the same things, right? But Mark, you know what it is. For those who don't know, when you running and all your adrenaline is going, and then you trying to calm down after the game, and you at 30,000, and then your hands swelling. Listen, your hands and feet and ankles are already swelling. From some of us are already dealing with swelling because that Toradol shot, it starts to wear off a little bit when you get on the flight. Now you starting to feel it. Now you got. People used to look at Kobe Bryant after a game and he got on all the ice, and that's how you end up. If people fully understood what it took to make it from Monday to Sunday, from acupuncture to massages to cold tub, hot tub massages, in the sauna room, you start going, dude, how old am I? 25. And this is because your body is going to take a beating, because on that field, ain't no take it easy. No, but it's you finna train wrecks, car crashes, and for people who think, hey man, who be hurting the worst? Special teams players. Cause you ain't got no special teams. I ain't got time to play. It's finna get ugly. This one punt return, kickoff, return. But yeah, it's the first time you've ever really dealt with that type of stuff is when you in the NFL, cause you like, dude, my body is reacting crazy, bro, because you ain't never put out this much effort. Your livelihood is on the line, bro. You ain't got time to be put. You see how fast that kick return is? He'll get ran down by a 250-pound linebacker. Come here. You ain't getting his end zone, but you ain't taking money from me. So yeah, it's to those teams talking about 38, almost 40,000 air miles. That's crazy, man. Because most guys don't like to fly that much. Flying is a part of your job. That don't mean you got to like it. And some of these planes are really, really nice. And some of them, they trying to get you from point A to point B. They trying to get you there. It ain't too much. But yeah, it's like Marvin said, it is, but it isn't. But the part that isn't, it's awful. It's awful. But hey, man, if you winning, your wife looks a little prettier, food tastes a little better. You know what I'm saying? That just how. But if you lose it, 5 hours feels like 10 hours, or 10 hours feels like 20 hours.
Had to bring up the travel miles that the teams were going to include this year, but we were just talking about the schedule, right? So the strength of schedule just came out, and Eagles went from the toughest strength of schedule last season. They're about like the 7th worst. So it looks like they're getting a little bit of a break this season. The Bears, Dolphins, Arizona Cardinals, Green, like you have most of your teams over the 500 mark. I think the Giants get a little break would just being under the 500 winning percentage, but the strength of schedule is looking pretty good for the Eagles, and me and Marvin had talked about this last week. Eagles got a little bit of a gift this year from the scheduling compared to the last few years when it's been rough on them. So the only thing I would say now, just hopefully they get a home opener at home, because 4 out of the last 5 years we've been on the road. So would like to switch that up. And what are your guys' thoughts on most of the strength of scheduling that we have this year? I just think it's funny, Eagles went from the highest to almost I think the 7th lowest.
So listen, in my time in the NFL, I spent time as a rookie with the New Orleans Saints, which, to be honest, was losing culture. I realized how much of a losing culture it was when I went to Green Bay the next year. And, they had Favre, and he's coming off of MVPs. And, the expectations, the energy was completely different. With that said, it doesn't matter. I always had an issue with these type of strength of schedule in the preseason. On game day, it don't matter how good that team is or how bad that team is. Them boys is coming at that ball coming from your head. You know what I'm saying? And I never really understood the idea. I know you have good teams, you have bad teams. But trust me, when that ball snap, them boys coming out for murder, okay? It's like they coming off the ball still. So I don't really put a lot into those schedules, especially in the preseason. I understand what you're talking about. Who has the most players coming back, and who has an established quarterback, who has an established pass rusher. You favor those teams. I get that, but trust me, none of these games is easy. None of these games it lacks physicality. You know what I mean? So I don't put a lot into it at this stage. Maybe at midseason, after a few games have been played and we have an idea as to who's who. But even in those situations, man, I was on a 3-13 Saints team. And I'll be honest, them boys still had a certain level of pride in coming off that ball toward the end of the season. So, I don't put a lot into that, man. If you're good or great, you're gonna have to go out there and get it done regardless of who you playing against. What you think, Ben?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think with some of these teams having easy schedules, if you don't meet expectations, the perception of it is gonna be like, dude, y'all schedule wasn't even that hard. They saying Cleveland schedule is easy because they got to play the NFC South, and they didn't have a winning record for no team last year. The three teams, the Saints, not the Saints, the Falcons, the Bucks, and the freaking Panthers all went 8-9. And obviously, with the Panthers winning the division, but I think for some of these teams, they trying to give you somewhat. Hey, we trying to make y'all look half. Like with some of these quote easy ones, Cleveland, it's not gonna matter. Cincinnati, it's not gonna matter. But some of the Colts, the Falcons, Detroit, Houston, Tennessee, Baltimore, and Philly. Philly gonna be good no matter what. Baltimore gonna be good no matter what. Tennessee needs help. Houston gonna be good. Detroit needs help. The Falcons need Jesus. They need more than help. They need a lot of stuff. The Colts, so I think for some of these teams, they're trying to help y'all get to some level of relevancy. But a team like Chicago is saying, Ben Johnson is saying, hey, finally having a winning season. Now I got to deal with the hardest schedule. Miami, they didn't do Malik Willis no favors, right? Arizona is Arizona. Jeremiah Love, may God help you, young man, because you're going to be getting a lot of carries. Green Bay, Jordan Love and his health, Kansas City. Of course, they're not going to give Kansas City a hard schedule with Patrick Mahomes, boy, coming off a season in the injury. New England, they trying to make sure. I don't know if Mike Vrabel going to be y'all head coach. We'll see with that freaking circus going on. And you got, the Raiders. It's not going to matter. Buffalo, the Chargers, and Carolina. But, yeah, on Sunday, teams you're supposed to be better than and embarrass you. And teams you don't think that good, they can be real good. As Herm Edwards would say, it's not who you play, it's how you play when you play. So, yeah, some of these, I think it's good for, like, clicks and talking about, hey, man, we got an easy schedule. Well, if you won 3 games a year before, that don't your easy schedule, you the easy part. It ain't who you playing, it's you. You make it easy. But we'll see what happens with it. Because didn't San Francisco have the easiest schedule? I think going into 2025, I think they had the easiest one. They did make the playoffs, but you got to factor in injuries. You got to factor in is your head coach going to make the whole season? Is your quarterback going to play in 17 games? So it's a lot of factors, but some of these teams are really drinking that perception juice because they saying, hey, they got us in one of the easiest schedules in the NFL. Man, we're the freaking Falcons. Yeah, but we're the freaking Bengals. We're the Titans. You know what I'm saying? We the Saints. We Cleveland.
As our buddy in the chat room was like, come on, man. Quit doing my birds like that. They his birds too, brother. They his
my
birds
too. Yeah, I'm a Falcons fan through and through. I ain't jumping ship. It's just I'm looking for consistency, not winning. I want to learn how to win so I can win consistently, so I can be a playoff contender year in and year out, not a flash in the pan, an outlier. Oh, yeah, the Falcons been to 2 Super Bowls, and they 0-2. Got the brakes beat off them by them, but that wasn't even a game. And then we was up 28, man. You up 28-3 and you lose as a professional football team? Stop playing. That was going to be my chance to just talk trash. But only one AFC South team has won a 2 of them, I'm sorry. The Bucks and the Saints have won Super Bowls, and the Carolina Panthers have been to 2. Have they been to 2? Yeah, they've been to 2, and the Falcons have been to 2. So we 2-2 in the NFC South right now.
Listen, the strength of schedule, all that. But y'all didn't have a first-round draft pick. Come on, man. Come on. You guys did all right. You still were behind the 8 ball. You had to do all right.
We drafted his brother. We drafted AJ Terrell, little brother. So we got, which is unique. You're going to have brothers that play the same position, went to the same college. They both from Atlanta, went to Westlake High School. Shout out to Westlake. That's where Cam Newton went to high school at. But the problem is, AJ Terrell hugging his brother like, man, don't get me started. AJ, don't get me started about that Falcon secondary. Don't get me started, man.
So
great story. Great story.
I did a fun one with Marvin last week about who had the most pressure since 2020 for edge rushers, right? So I'm gonna do another one with you. We're gonna do rushing yards and receiving yards since 2000. Who do you think's number 1 on each one? I have a list that has the top 10, right? Both rushing yards and receiving yards.
Rushing yards, Frank Gore. Receiving yards, I'd go with Moss.
What about you, Ben?
Since 2000 rushing yards. Yeah, I'll go with Frank Gore too. Since 2000, I would definitely say Frank Gore in receiving yards since 2000. Larry Fitzgerald.
All right, so I'm gonna first go with the rushing yards. Spot on, fellas, spot on. Right. Frank Gore 16,000. Adrian Peterson was Damian Thomas and Derrick Henry, Steven Jackson.
Frank Gore got 16 of them things. I ain't know he had 16.
He had almost 1,000 yards for every year he was in the league. So may not have been the flashiest, the biggest game changers of all time. Frank was nothing but consistent. So, Marshawn's on here. So, it's a good rushing list. It's a good rushing list. So, that one's out of the way. Now the receiving yards. You're both wrong.
Wow.
Whoa, Devontae Adams.
Over the last 10 seasons, Devontae Adams has more than everyone. He has more than Tyreek, Travis Kelce, Mike Evans, Stephon Diggs, D-Hop, Keenan Allen, all of them. The craziest part of it,
and do he got the most touchdowns too?
Look at Justin Jefferson.
That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. Justin Jefferson got that many yards. I mean, hey, Devontae been doing a long time too, man. Shout out to Devontae, man. Fresno State.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, hey, hold on. I want to see this too. Devontae was Devontae Adams and Mike Evans in the same draft?
We're at the same.
The same draft. Devontae Adams and Mike Evans, same draft. Yeah, so Devontae Adams and Mike Evans was in the same draft class, and I want to say I think Devontae got a lot of touchdowns too, man.
Yeah.
You talk about receiving yards over 11. He got. It's gonna be, dude. He got 117 touchdowns, dude. 117. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Hey, man, Devontae, I apologize, man. We get so caught up in the Antonio Browns and Tyreek Hills and all these guys. Devontae say, stop playing with me. I done everything but win a chip. I've done it all.
And Ben, listen, nothing against Devontae. Love him as a player. He was fortunate to play with Aaron Rodgers, one of the greatest, most gifted quarterbacks, go to the Packers organization. Mike Evans, this is before Brady. This is before Baker Mayfield. You know what I'm saying? So
he had Jameis Winston.
Okay, there you go. So but Jameis, no knock on Jameis. Jameis put up 5,000 yards in the season with 30 touchdowns. So,
And all he did.
Now, the one I just flashed up there now, I didn't mean to hit it, but we might as well get right to that one. Most of the time, the top rated players and top paid players per position don't always bring home championships, right? So, out of the top 10 paid quarterbacks in the NFL right now, can you guys guess how many have Super Bowl championships?
The top 10 paid. Hold up.
I know where this is going.
Hold on.
I'm just gonna throw it out there.
I think you should know what's going on. I think you should know.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5. I'll go 5.
You go 5. What about you, Marvin?
Just Jalen Hurts.
And the winner is Mr. Marvin Powell. Because out of the top paid quarterbacks in the NFL, the top 10 paid quarterbacks, there's one. And there's only one. And it is Jalen Hurts. And that's only because of the contracts has knocked out both, Matthew Stafford, Patrick Mahomes, and obviously you don't have Sam Darnold up there. So those are your active quarterback that has the contracts.
Jordan Love is the third highest paid. I'm
so
not mad at Jordan. I'm not mad at him. I'm
fun
just
of Trevor
saying.
Lawrence. We're gonna go after Jordan Love now.
Yeah, I'm not. Listen, I'm not mad.
I just think it's interesting that you literally have I mean, it should be the highest paid position. I get it. I do. But when you're getting $50-60 million a year and then you're not getting the postseason success, I think you really have to reevaluate what you're paying these guys and what should be put on it.
Yeah, that definitely makes you think about the salary cap. And you look at Tom Brady back when he was giving team discounts, redistribution of cap space, and they're able to hit on players and keep players. And now he has 6 championships in New England to show for it. The argument to the quarterback that, hey, if we pay you, it's going to be hard to build a championship team. That's really not a crazy argument, and I heard Mike Tannenbaum talking about that, on ESPN. So there's something to it, man. I guess there's something to it. It's hard to pay that guy number one and give him top money and build a championship caliber program. It's tough.
It's literally the formula is already have a significant team around you and just you have to hit on your quarterback through his rookie contract.
Yeah.
Because if not, you're in this situation. I mean, hell, even the contract that Jalen signed a few years ago, we're at the end of it. His contract is up next season.
Uh-oh. I mean, the guys is going to break the bank again. Jalen going to break the bank again. Lamar Jackson going to break the bank again. But it's the quarterback position is the most important position in sports. And because when you don't have one, it doesn't matter what else you have. If you don't got a quarterback, all that other stuff don't matter. But when you do have a quarterback, it makes everything else. As you mentioned, Marv, when you came to Green Bay, I'm gonna tell you once again to talk about my Falcons. That's who drafted Brett Favre, right? The Falcons drafted Brett Favre and they traded him. That's the type of decisions the Falcons make. Anyway, I'm just saying when you get to talking about what the quarterback is, when you got you one, you got a shot. Because you talk about, Dak Prescott being the highest paid quarterback, right? I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him. But Jalen Hurts is saying, hey, man, I want to be the highest paid and I want to be winning. It's easy. Quarterbacks are going to get their money. Just ask Kirk Cousins. Just ask him. Kirk Cousins is the blueprint of what quarterbacks should do. He's like, I don't care about being the highest paid. I just want 2 words, fully guaranteed. I want all my money come to me. So if it's 80 million, 90 million, 100 million by the Falcons in 2025, which is so stupid. 2024. I just think that, yeah, you don't got to like it, but the quarterbacks, they it, man. They the straw that stir the drink. And we don't got to like it, but if you don't got a quarterback, it looks like your team ain't that good. And when you got a good quarterback, it makes it like your team is. Look at what Shedeur did for Cleveland. It's still Cleveland, right? But we're watching them because of this guy, right? Brock Purdy is not the best player on his team. He's probably the 10th best player. But they're pretty good when he's out there. When he's out there, they're pretty good. So, hey, if you don't got a quarterback, get one. If you're looking for a quarterback, we got 2 in Atlanta. One named Michael Penix, one named Tua. We can get you 2 for 1. Just send us over a real quarterback, preferably a righty, that ain't 10-man and don't got concussion problems. Because we got 2 left-hand quarterbacks. One of them just got married, and the other one is getting paid $50 million for a team that don't want him to play for them, which, hey, go figure.
Since Ben is in this mood, let's talk about what his favorite position, the tight end. Because did you see where David Nkosi went?
I saw that.
Out of the hole there in Cleveland, and now into a winning situation.
I mean, I like Njoku, man. I remember him. You talk about a pipeline of tight ends coming out of, Miami. I mean, you talk about, Bubba Franks and Jeremy Shockey and Greg Olsen and Jimmy Graham. And now you talking about David Njoku. I mean, these guys been putting them out. And Njoku got a sense of reality here real quick. Coming from Cleveland, he thought he was going to be in that first wave of free agents that get snatched. And it really wasn't that. Jabin Njoku was a good tight end. He's very seems like a really, really good locker room guy, a really, really good professional. But when you sign 1-year deals, that means that, we'll give you a couple of dollars, but you got to prove that we can give you more moving forward. Like 1-year deals are proven deals. I don't care who you are. Franchise tag is a proven deal. 1-year deal is a proven deal. But the reason why I think Njoku going to have a breakout season is not because of Justin Herbert, it's because of Mike McDaniel. That's the offensive coordinator with the freaking Chargers now. Now, they ain't got no Tyreek Hill. They ain't got no Jalen Waddle. But, they got some good pieces around him. So I like that David Njoku ended up in a nice place. And I will see what he does, man. 1 year, $8 million in California. It ain't the same as 1 year, $8 million in Tennessee and Texas. That's a lot of state tax out there, brother. They're going to take a lot of that. But, he'll get a chance to go to a good team. He'll get a chance to go to a good team.
It is a lot, but looking forward to seeing how he plays out there. What do you think about that match, David Njoku in the Chargers, Marvin?
Yeah. Again, I was high on him coming out of Miami. Really athletic, sure-handed tight end. Obviously went to Cleveland, which everybody dreads going to Cleveland. But yeah, the Chargers, not run-based offense where they do a little play action off of that. Harbaugh, good quarterback, and Herbert. I like it for him. Change of pace. Listen, living in Cleveland is miserable. I'm certain this boy's going to L.A. You talking about going to paradise. He's going to L.A. He's going to perfect weather, no humidity. Restaurant options, life options, date night options. He's about to go to an organization who's hungry to win. So yeah, I think it's a good move for him. A great move for his career, and hopefully they can capitalize.
Yeah, and speaking of capitalizing on things, we were talking about the nepotism in sports and all that. Did you guys see wrestlers? Scott Steiner's son has been hooked up there at Saints rookie camp.
Who that?
Okay, Scott Steiner, the wrestler.
Big Papa Pump. Is the genetic freak, as he likes to call himself.
One of the Steiner brothers. One of the Steiner brothers.
Yep, that's right.
Listen, being a Steiner and real similar to The Rock, and not becoming a part of the family business as being a wrestler, you're gonna do something in impact sports. Contact sports. You're gonna do something like that. So congratulations to the younger man. Hopefully he can go to camp. And listen, you get invited to a camp as a free agent, you got to take somebody's spot. Ain't no listen, they should walk around with a shirt that say no friends. None. No.
Listen, if I remember, he's either like a tight end or a wide receiver, if I remember correctly. So special teams where it at, brother.
When a free agent pickup that makes a team lets the scouting department know we didn't get this full scouting thing right, because that means you flashing every practice, you doing something to catch the eye, and you knocking people out, man. Look, I'm gonna keep saying this: football, it's a gentleman's sport, but we rough with it. You know what I'm saying? We rugged with it. We thorough with it. You have to be, because veterans know how to play mind games. Yeah. A veteran know how to give you just enough encouragement and just enough to not give you, but they ain't gonna give you too much, because it ain't gonna be but 53 at the end now. And some of these veterans don't even know they're not gonna be playing for the team that they're with right now. That's the crazy part. Some of them just bought a new house. Kids just got enrolled into that new school. And it ain't what's the old head coach of the Giants name? The one that won the 2 Super Bowls?
Tom Coughlin?
Parcells.
Yeah, no, Coughlin. Tom Coughlin had to cut his son-in-law. Think about that. You married to my daughter, I'll let you go. Football taught me not only that life is a team game, but football is a business. In a business, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate. Life is a negotiation. Out there on that field, but you negotiate. And negotiations can't be brother-in-law. It means, hey, dude, we can go get something to eat after practice. During practice, I'm trying to F you up. And it ain't, because either you gonna beat me or I'm gonna beat you. Because When I first got drafted, I remember this. Steve McNair and all them would tell me, don't make friends with these free agent dudes. They'll say it in front of them. They don't pull you to the side. They ain't going to be here. I'm like, come on, bro. Of course they're going to be here. We had 40 guys that was probably going to make the team. We drafted 14 guys. Last time I checked, that's 54, not 53. And we invited like another 40 free agents. So, and they out there, you know how it is, Marv. We out there getting the guys like, look, bro, if I don't make this team, I'm going to put it on tape, though. I'm going to walk out of this facility and get a hello. I'm going to go F up one of these other teams in the preseason and say, who this dude? Who this dude right here? So, yeah, you know, young, he's the son of a wrestler. You better be power driving people. You better put him in a full Nelson or something. Because this your livelihood, man. And I'm rooting for him. I am. But veterans that make it to 10 years, they'll show you why they still on the team. Oh, I know how to get open. Oh, I know how to get it done. Yeah, you faster than me. You might be stronger than me, but you ain't better than me. Watch. Ask Travis Kelce how he keep getting open all these years. And he what? Travis Kelce, what, 35, 36?
Yeah, he's getting up there.
Hey, Trav. But Travis Kelce did what you're supposed to. Congratulations on your engagement. I heard that you and the future miss about to have a baby. Trav ain't stupid. Trav ain't crazy. I'm just telling y'all, man. Trav say, hey, man, this football thing coming to an end. I want to be able to go on tour with the baby right here. Hey, I see you, Trav.
I got a crazy one for you. Actually, I got two crazy ones for you. What is the craziest baseball box score you've ever seen?
Baseball?
Yeah.
The craziest one? Now, football.
I came across one, and it just blew my mind. Let
us have it, Steve. Give it to us.
All right, so I came across this one, and it was just like you have to double take on it. So someone explained to me how you throw a no-hitter and you lose the game.
What?
There was a college game, right? And it comes across, and you lose, and you throw a no-hitter. How do you do that? How do you do that? It's real simple. It's walks. That's how you lose, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, can you imagine if you're a pitcher and you throw a no-hitter, but you lose the game?
I'm quitting. I'm not playing baseball no more. Because that's the ultimate, right? To throw a no-hitter, like as a pitcher. You're like,
yeah. Oh, no, perfect game. There's a difference. There is a difference.
Yeah, especially, before the pitch clock, the game was so long and grueling, and you out there on the mound all day grinding, and you can't even get a win out of that. Man, sign me up for basketball right now.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's a disheartening one. Like, listen, I know, like, as Eddie said, walks and errors. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about the errors there, Eddie. I was just assuming walks. But either way, like, that wasn't an MLB game. It was a college game, but still, like, it's one of those things. Like, man, that's a rough one. That's a rough one. Giving up no hits, losing the game. That's a rough one. So, then I came across this one. Now, we were talking about the schedule, right? I think Skip Bayless has turned. He says he hasn't, but he has. He is on the Eagles bandwagon at this point in time, right? Because obviously, Eagles Dallas Thanksgiving Day game is gonna be great and all that, right? But talking about we got the easier schedule. The Cowboys play Seattle Rams, Texans, Colts at home, and we play them away. Schedule's the 7th easiest. That the Cowboys have the 29th toughest schedule, and Eagles won the division. And he was like, it's a scheduling screw job. But meanwhile, he's walking around with a Jalen Hurts jersey on. So I think Skip Bayless is secretly an Eagles fan at this point in time.
Or he just understands the power of social media and the digital world, and people get emotional, and it attracts viewers, it attracts likes, it attracts comments.
Understand what he understands. That did you see he was on air with Stephen A. Smith again recently?
Strategic,
yep,
smart.
It is smart. Man. Like,
listen, Skip ain't crazy now. I see him on there with Akeem Talib and Gerald McCoy. Gilbert Arenas. Let me say this about Skip Bayless. People need to stop thinking that Skip Bayless is a lot of things. Dumb ain't one of them. Dumb is not. That dude's smart, man. Look at what he did for Stephen A. Look at what he did for Shannon Sharp. I'm not, he ain't crazy. And Stephen A is saying, hey, man, I mean, do I really have to show loyalty to Dallas? No, not really. I mean, people jump ship all the time when it comes to Skip Bayless is one of those guys that come to the stadium with a Dak Prescott jersey on when they play in the Eagles with a Jalen Hurts jersey on underneath. That way, when Dallas start losing, he just take it off. What do you mean?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. There should be no loyalty in journalism. There should be no loyalty in journalism. You can have your favorite team and all that, and secretly want them to win the championship every year. But it's that professional line that we always talk about. But Skip Bayless is probably everything you said. Like he is probably one of the smarter guys that it comes to in the sports talk media world. And him and Stephen A. Smith, they changed how sports media is done, consumed, etc. So you can hate their takes all day long and twice on Sundays, right? I get that, but at the same time, you still have to respect what they've done for it. I still think Skip's a little weasel sometimes, but he's not the stupidest man in the room. Let's just say it like that.
I mean, what was it? Batman Begins, right? People like when somebody say, "You think people want to see Batman?" Yeah, man, they want to see the Joker. Because they want to see the villain. Like the villains are why we know who the superstar is, right? You want to see and Skip Bayless said, I'm just a really, really good villain.
Yeah,
people can't stand me, but they won't stop watching him.
When we talk about
it's like Floyd Mayweather. People love to hate him.
Yeah.
I'll just say it like this. When it comes to those type of scenarios, it's always about the villain, never about the hero. So I definitely feel that one.
And you want to be the villain. The villain ain't got no rules. The hero, he got to follow the rules. So he can't just do whatever he want to do. And people talk about Batman. Batman is a billionaire with the Batmobile. Man, the Joker just had his mind. He ain't got no. You know what I'm saying? He's like, man, that dude slid down a whole thing of money and set it on fire. Ha! I'm gonna set it on fire. This is my
in American culture, we definitely root for the bad guy. That we definitely root for the bad guy, just like we did with Tony Soprano, in The Sopranos, and Don Draper and Mad Men. We root for the bad guy. This is no different. Mayweather epitomized that. He was real strategic about how he went about being the bad guy. He knew how to play all these, fair weather sport fans to get them to pay for this pay-per-view fight. So. No, man, there is a genius in being the bad guy. It is a great straight business move if y'all pay attention.
Now, we're talking about those things and we're talking about movie. Did you guys see who passed away in the entertainment world last night?
Who?
David Gibb, a.k.a. Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds. He was also in Kickboxer, a bunch of other movies during the 80s and 90s.
He was in not Kickboxer, Bloodsport.
Yeah, that's right. It's a Bloodsport. You're right.
With John Van Damme. I mean, look, man.
I think everyone remembers him as Ogre. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Hold on. Was that him in Any Given Sunday? Right? He was the offensive lineman, right?
Yeah,
he was in Any Given Sunday. The one that had the alligator, right? He threw him in the freaking.
No. That was that was another guy. That was.
I'm trying to think what else Ogre played.
That was the guy from the program.
Oh, okay. It was.
I think wasn't David Gibb part of the inmates who played the college team when for Necessary Roughness?
That was yep. That's the actor. I mean, listen, man. Make sure you're telling your loved ones you love them, man. I mean, when we get to talking about
Donald Gibb.
When we get to talking about people passing away, man, just we get so caught up in our own lives, and I get it. I'm a creature of that as well. How old he was born in 54?
Yeah, it was Donald Gibb, not David Gibb. I mixed it up, so that's my pick. As we get ready to wrap this up, because I know Marvin's got a hard at one. I don't want to keep it too close to that. Any topics that I didn't touch on? I think we covered all the bases today, right?
Yeah, we talked. Obviously, I know we're signing off here. I don't think the Sixers lost within the last time we had a show, right?
Yeah. I thought it was
lost.
funny. I've read this thing that the Knicks were kept out of the Met Gala. I'm like, wait, how did they go into the Eastern Conference Finals, but they can't go to the Met Gala? I'm like, stop it about this, man. Come on. But yeah. Not only did the Sixers lose the final game and get swept out, but Daryl Morey has been relieved of his duties.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing the Sixers fan are waiting for is for Joshua Harris to either step down or sell the team, because he has no business owning any franchise. And, I'll go as far as say he should be removed from the Redskins as well because of his connections with the Epstein list. So,
you mean the Commanders?
I did say that, man. I'm still stuck.
Hey,
I'm never going to call
it. Hey, you grew up watching 80s football, baby. I get
it. Exactly.
I get it.
They're always be the Hogs to me. Always.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, they changed my high school from the Braves. I still feel some kind of way about that, but I digress. Let's not get off the road. Yeah.
What about you, Ben? Anything? Any parting words before we wrap this one up, brother?
No, man. It's always a pleasure being on with y'all, man. I mean, Marvin Powell for Hall of Fame. Every single episode that's gonna be the send off, and please appreciate LeBron James, people. Like, just there is greatness and there is.
You don't gotta love him, just appreciate him.
And listen. And I'm gonna say this right now. People talk about flipping. If LeBron James go to Philly, you watch what happened to Steve. He gonna be like, "What the? We got LeBron? Stop playing!" I'm telling you. What is more iconic?
I am never going to willingly call them the Commanders. They will always be the Redskins to me.
They are the Washington football team.
Steve, you're gonna go viral, baby. We about to get that viral moment.
I don't care. I get it. I do. You change the name, like all you did is just infuriate half of your fan base. That's all they did with that. So hopefully they get a real owner in with a backbone and run it back. But I doubt that's going to happen. But other than that, another fun one in the books, guys. I always appreciate both of your gentlemen's times. Other than that, just let's hold our loved ones, because too many people dying out of it. You don't never know when your last day on this spinning rock is going to be. So love everyone, appreciate everyone in the chat. We are inches away from 2K on the YouTube channel. Make sure you guys subscribe. QR codes up at the top. South Florida Tribune. If you're just coming across us, make sure you're showing us some love. Other than that, I'm Steve. That's Marvin. This was another episode of The Fan in the End. We will catch you guys next week, my friend. Peace on out.